I was going to say something about we're live.
That's never stopped you before.
I was going to say, I hope I don't smell.
I probably do. Okay, well,
This humidity, holy
I know
frick.
it's so hot in here. Oh, my hair is even damp, acting and feeling. It's been a long
Good
day.
evening, people.
Good evening. We're trying a different angle. See if it helps. Welcome. We are doing our block. Which ones are we doing tonight? Block.
7 and 8.
Why do you have that look? She picked up her.
Never mind.
She thought it was
I'm
good
seeing,
start.
I'm seeing whether you're on the ball or not, and you are. You're 7 and 8.
We're doing 7 and 8. Hi, Audrey.
So this is July the 7th, and it is
Right, thank you.
our Daydream sampler night,
Somebody wanted us to say the date at the
Mhm.
beginning, and Twyla remembered. I didn't.
and it is chapter or week or whatever you want to call it, 7 and 8 that we're working on.
Okay, so just a few things before we
We're
forget.
seeing top word that people must be.
Yes. Hi, Louise.
Comments?
Louise was over here. She was one of the ones.
She was. Yeah.
We are soon going to be required to have all the magazine photos in for anybody that is doing the magazine challenge. That is starting July the 10th.
Which is 3 days away.
Yeah. So you need to send us a picture of your magazine. You also need to send us the request to send you the fabric bundle, which is $17. So
I can't wait. Because I just know that there's people that are so imaginative that it's going to be really
it's going to
cool
be fun to see what
they
people come up with. It is.
Yep.
Hi, Glenda. There's Mom. Mom's on tonight. Sandra Grigla. I
Oh,
call her Mom.
Mom, okay.
She's a spitting image of my mother. Anyway, so make sure you get your pictures into us. We're also trying very hard, and will probably happen. Our surprise boxes are going out this weekend coming. So as long as I can get your collector card made by then, because every box will have a collector card in it. Remember, if you get, I gotta look it up.
You have a fly landed here.
I got a fly. I saw it fly by. Keep your collector cards that come in your surprise boxes because it's eventually going to get you a free quilting service. So we're going to try to keep Stacy busy with the free quilting services.
Keep him out of trouble.
Well, he gave away 4 last
I
weekend and the
saw
weekend before
that. Man. It's like a make work project for him.
For him, except it's making Monique and I do it. Anyway, so make sure if you want a surprise box, they're going out on the weekend. They're $99. This time we didn't ask for deposit, so you will be invoiced for the full $99. We do have a very few left, so if you want one, let us know. Hi, Sarah Lynn. We all know Sarah Lynn's doing this contest, don't you?
Hers could be interesting.
Hers could be interesting. I might not be able to post it.
Sure you can.
Okay.
Facebook might block you or put you in Facebook jail, but you can do it.
So it was the surprise box, the magazine rack. We have a couple of Christmas stockings left if you want. She's already started wrapping.
I have.
Do you want to show them the first thing you wrapped or you put it away?
No, it's in the back room. I put it away.
She just started wrapping. If you want something, let us know. This is our next sew along. You want to bring it up closer? So that is intended to
A
be
vintage Christmas
Yes.
sampler.
And for those of you that don't want to do it Christmas, we are going to do it as
We're going to replace
right.
some of these blocks that are sort of more Christmassy, like the ornaments, the stocking, the candy, and what was the other one? Oh, the candy canes.
Candy canes.
So you'll get an option because obviously the pattern is there for the Christmas version, but we will do some alternate blocks.
Just to switch it up, because not everybody is into Christmas.
Not
quilts.
everybody celebrates
But-
Christmas either, right?
right.
So it'll
And-
give you a choice.
It's really just going to be a good sampler quilt.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're working on a sampler now, it's going to be a really nice one.
This one's a bit different though because the sampler that we're doing, the Daydream sampler, every block is the same size, whereas this one
one's
has some
different.
variation, right, which is always neat.
And there'll be some surprises for those that are doing it non-Christmas.
Oh, there will. Interesting. Okay.
Well, they don't know what the blocks are gonna be, so that's the surprise, right?
Right. For sure.
Right. So we are going to
Next week is the block of the month.
yes. The mystery, Starlight.
Starlight. Yes. Well, it's not a mystery.
No, it's not. Did I say mystery?
You did. So that will be, because it's the second week, the second Monday of the month is when we're trying to get back on track. We were off 1 month, but we're getting back on track for that. So we will do that.
Doesn't take much to get us off track.
It does not. No, it does not. Okay.
Okay. Would you do kits for Christmas fabric to go with it?
Mhm.
So the actual fabric that goes with it is called a Christmas vintage, a vintage Christmas. Instead of backwards. We cannot get any more of those fat quarter bundles up. They are sold out.
So this pattern actually recommends that you start with a fat quarter bundle, and then there's some additional fabrics, but we do have other options that we can come up with, for sure.
We don't have them really in stock right now, and hopefully they come. We don't have a lot of country Christmas in stock right now.
That doesn't have to be country though.
No, if you wanted to do it, there's a few of the Moda Christmas bundles.
Exactly, it doesn't have to be country.
Right.
It could be the Moda. We do have some options in there. You took some pictures and posted
posted
at
them.
one point.
If you scroll way back,
So
you'll see
maybe
'em.
we'll try to find that later and bump the post up for those of you who want to see it.
Okay.
Okay?
Much easier than the first. Lynn says it's much easier. That number 3 was much easier than the first 2 months.
I'm
For
trying
Starlight.
to think. Month 3 was last time, right? Because we're on month 4 now, aren't we? Yeah. Yes, it was. I do. Yes, Lynn. I think you're right. I think you're right. Okay, so let's do a recap.
We did post them, Debbie. If you want to check back.
We did, and if I can think of it later, I'll try to find it and like bump the post up so you can see it. But if you scroll back, we posted some options. I think it was just a couple fat quarter bundles with 2 or 3 bolts of fabric that would coordinate with it to make up the yardage that you needed. Yeah. So these are our blocks we've done so far.
This one. This is one of my favorites, I think.
Is it?
I do. I love it.
The basket block. I like that one.
That's cute too.
Do you know have you ever done a complete basket
No.
quilt?
Have you?
No, and it's on my to-do list at some point. But I don't know whether I want to do it with all the same baskets or do like a
Scrapping.
yeah, like with different baskets, different styles.
Look at this.
I like that
see
one
what you
too.
mean, yeah.
I like that one too.
That is nice.
But then I like this one too.
It all is
And then
very
there's
cute.
this one that I don't like.
Hi Danielle. Danielle, your quilt is in the frame right now.
This is the one that before it's all said and done, I'm going to be taking that out and we're going to be doing, well not taking it out, we're going to be doing it with some light backgrounds in there or something because I can't handle how dark it is.
And then we have this one.
Although it is Deb's quilt, so she likes it.
You don't really care if it's pretty or not.
Well, no, I do care. I would prefer to do it, but if you like it, it's your quilt. I guess I
Yeah.
shouldn't say that.
Yes.
But you did admit that
I
it
really
does.
like Maryland.
Yeah,
Light.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it would look
And
better.
then somebody else did a light one.
Okay, so
Okay, this week, teach what you want me to do.
we are. Whoops, where's my book?
Lynn's on here. If she's on here,
She's there.
Lynn, your quilts are done. Do you want them held until next weekend? We just finished them today. Do you want them held? Just give us a message so we know whether to ship them out tomorrow.
Hi, Kathy. Okay, so we are doing chapter 7. This one, which is called what? The Sparkling Star.
It's cute.
It is cute. So I've got half of it put together.
Lynn said, did my 2 quilts get to you? Did you send 2 more, Lynn?
So this is half. So Deb is going to show, we're going to sew the other half so that you can see the different blocks that we have to make. So the first thing we've got to do is we have to make these half square triangles that go here and here, and these 2 that go here and here.
Are we going to lose one tonight?
No, we are not. Don't be a
Okay.
smart, except I've already lost something, so maybe we are.
I'm gonna nickname you.
You don't know the half of it. There it is. Okay. So, the two combos.
Oh, Deanna Torville's got a good question for you.
Okay. Let's discuss the friggin' Bargello.
You know what? Verona White brought hers in today, and she did hers exactly like the pattern, and it was beautiful. It was really gorgeous.
Well, it is beautiful. I don't dispute that. I think when and if I ever get it done, I will get it done. It's just been kind of an off week too. I do have a few more rows done, but I didn't bring it tonight. But maybe I'll try to get a few more rows and show you my progress, because there is progress. Because the last time we showed it, I think I only had the one section.
Right.
And now I have another section.
So here's your challenge: bring it back next week, then.
No, it's not going to happen. Like, my mind cannot handle sitting there and doing Bargello that long in a time. Like, I can't. Okay.
Well, Verona could do it. I could do it. I don't know what your problem is.
I don't enjoy it. That's my problem. Okay. Okay, we're going to make these.
Oh, Deanne's enjoying
these.
hers.
I know, and many people do, and I'm so happy for you people that do. Just isn't me. Okay, we're going to do these squares. So we're going to do the 2 at a time method. We're going to do the ones like this. And
Don't forget the trunk show
the
coming
2
up
colors.
with the lady that's doing Hesper triangles. I think it's the 13th of
So
July.
Deb's going to do that. We've got our lines drawn, and she's going to do those 2 because I already have the other. Right there. I already have a couple done,
Okay.
so she only has to do 2.
So did you hand them to me, right, or did you hand them to me so that I was?
Let me look. So here, look. That should be what you have. You should have the burgundy and the green and
Okay.
the pink and the, yeah. Okay. There we go. So she's off and running. Well, she's off. And we've got 2.
Here, Twilight, had it.
With what? My teeth? Oh, I see. We have a thing. We have a thing. We do. Whoops. We don't even have the iron plugged in.
Well,
What is your problem? Where's the extension cord thingy?
you have to unplug my iPad, but I got lots of juice now. We're good.
You sure I can unplug it?
Yep.
Okay. There we
Yeah,
go.
we got 93%. We're good.
Okay, here we go.
So go right down, cut those in half. A little bit straighter than what I did, maybe.
Maybe. And she's just pressing. Whoops. Hi, peoples. So,
Sarah, I would have a full room of boutiques before I did a Bargello.
really, Sarah? That must mean that you really don't like
Oh, just-
Bargellos
you're-
either, right?
When you're ironing, you're shaking this.
Oh, sorry.
Just kind of calm down.
Well, I was trying, like, the iron isn't very hot, so I was trying to use muscle, too, to
Don't
press
use
it
muscle.
back.
So
Okay.
I just ordered 100 volts of batik, Sarah Lynn.
So you could get your room full. Okay. So there's our 4.
So we have 4.
So now we have to do this lovely thing.
Are we supposed to square these up?
Well, yes, but I think if I remember correctly, they didn't need much of a squaring
Okay,
up.
so I'm-
Let me look, if I remember
I'm
right.
a pretty good sewer, so don't worry about squaring them up.
No, they gotta be squared.
Are you saying I'm not a good sewer?
No, I thought it was these, but it might have been the other one that
She's just cutting them.
I am. I should have done these ones. So you need to show them that we've got to make that part
Okay.
there. And
So
here
now
are
we
your,
have to put this half.
no, not that one because it's going to be a different color.
Okay.
There. So we're going to use those along with this gadget.
We're gonna put this right here,
Wonky wonky.
and we're gonna put this right there. It's a good thing you're squaring it up then.
I will tell you that of all the blocks we've done, out of this one, this is the one that has the potential with as much bias as there is to be a little,
Oh, well, way to go, scaring people.
I'm just giving them a heads up. I'm not trying to scare them. So
we're
now
gonna
you have to
we're
make
gonna have an
sure.
overhang. That overhang, put it
And
flush
do you have
there.
it going the right way?
Of course.
Okay.
Do you want to check me?
No, I don't. But I'm also not seam ripping if you have it wrong. So just giving you the heads up.
I didn't bring a seam ripper to class
It's
today.
over there in the cupboard. I left it there from last week because I knew we'd probably need it.
Well, you think something's going to sit there all week?
Well, probably not, knowing you. There's that one.
So make sure you have the 1/4 inch overhang. That's the important thing with that. Tammy says she's a beginner.
Oh, Tammy, that's a different name.
Tammy Speary. I hope I'm saying it right, Tammy.
Oh, well, hi, Tammy. Glad that you joined us. Are you doing the sew along, Tammy?
And it comes out just like that. Perfect. Perfect. So I have my other one.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
So I may as well put that little rub here with the iron. I'll try not to shake you guys too bad. Now, I will tell you guys that I typically, we don't have our scissors, or do we? No. Typically, I trim those. Deb probably doesn't, but I do. Just because it's a little less bulk.
It's a little extra step that you can skip when you don't want to do it.
So the one thing you've got to be careful now when you're joining these two pieces, the one thing you don't want to lose is your point here on your green triangle. So, and this is, let's just wait, I gotta look. Yeah. Oh, I might still be short a friggin' cinema bobber. Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, I got faith in you, Twyla.
No. So, when we do these, I like to take my triangle that we're putting, and I like to fold it in half and make a little crease with your fingernails. Or you can crease it with your iron, whatever you want to do. And then I like to line up, whoops, where am I? Here I am. The crease with that point in the middle. And then that way you don't have this going like a little bit too far this way or this way so that your square is cattywampus.
Okay, well, is that a new word?
Well, I don't know if it's new. So there's that. Where's your other, oh, right here. Okay. Oh, she's doing the other colors now before she sews those. So we need 4 of these pieces right here. And I had 2 done, and she's got 2 that she's going to
You want
make
me to
there.
sew this?
I do want you to sew that. Are you going to do it?
I'll do whatever you tell me to do.
Oh, creases? You probably don't care if it's creased.
Look how good my point is, Teach.
Oh, it's lovely. It is. It's lovely. There's your other one.
Where do you want me to put that? I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, right there at the point. Now, I'm gonna try to.
Oh, I got another good point. Lynn would approve this one, I think.
You think? Okay.
Sarah got her ugly fabric done. Ooh, cool.
So now, the next block we have to do, if you pull that up, you'll see that we got to do these pink ones, but they don't join to a background fabric, right?
Right.
They join to the orange fabric, which I think in the pattern is referred to as a yellow fabric because we aren't using the same fabrics, right? So here's what we're using, those, so you can crease those, and I'm going to trim these little extra floppy things
So I
here.
wasn't paying attention.
You what?
You want me to just crease these?
In half, yeah. Well, you don't have to, you're sewing. You do whatever you want. You do you.
You sound sassy.
No, I'm not sassy tonight, but you do you. I would crease it and just try to keep my square a little squarer, but you know. She's so good, she probably doesn't have that issue.
That's like people that cook with recipes.
Quilt with
I
recipes?
mean, cook with recipes. I got a friend that follows a recipe like to a T, and thinks someday you'll be as good as me and you won't need a recipe.
Okay, my next question is, when was the last time you cooked anything? For those of you who don't know. I bet that since she's moved in the apartment, have you cooked any meals in the apartment?
Oh, stop.
Have you?
That's personal.
Have you? Answer the question.
So, Jackie,
Here we go.
I bought a raw pig pie, and we had to put it in the oven, and I had to get Jackie and Stacy to come up and help me figure out how to turn my oven on.
Okay, so that answers the question
It was
right
a really
there.
complicated thing. They were even stumped.
Yeah,
It
right.
was just one of those high-tech things that I would have never bought. There you go.
So now we can lay this out, and you can sew your. I'm gonna iron those. So you can make your first row, the top row, like that because you're using. So with this first row, she needs 2 of the big background squares, which she has, and she wants her.
Just like
Yes,
that.
yes. Show them how you put it. 'Cause I don't think they saw it because I think my big body was in the way.
That's the way they go. So how did you? I would flip this reverse so I could.
I ended up doing that. Yes, I did. So I could nest them.
So both of those seams were ironed forward, but I'm going to reverse it so that I can butt it. So for those of you that don't like to have an uneven ironed back, that might be
Now
stressful.
you could press. See, I pressed towards this side that didn't have the point because it naturally wants to go that way, but you could press it going the other way. One of them, and then leave the other one that way, and then they would nest without you having to flip it. Especially if you're a person that prefers to have your the back of your quilt looking very neat, right?
I like neatness.
So here's your next. Here's your 2 background squares. One there, and one there that goes on there and there.
So these go how?
Now that we got to look at. I want to show you guys this because I'm telling you that I looked at that and I thought, am I doing something wrong? So look at these. When you sew this to this, or this one to this one, you have 2 points coming together that you have to match up. Well, then when I get over here and I get ready to sew, I was like, well, where is that other point? If I got that backwards, and I thought for sure I had it backwards, but the way this goes, not every one has 2 points. Only 2 of them have 2 points coming together. And then these 2 don't have 2 points coming together. So you have to really pay attention. See what I'm talking about? So see here, there's 2 points that come together, but on this side there isn't. So down here,
Now, this is right.
no,
Yes.
that is not.
It is right.
It is not. Oh, yes, it is. Sorry. I'm half sideways. Okay. Yep, you're right. And your points are yeah, you're golden. You're good.
I'm golden?
Yep, you're golden.
Ooh, I haven't been called golden for a while.
Now, when I press this one, I automatically press towards. I typically press when there is a straight block that has no points coming to it. Your fabric naturally wants to go that way, so I have a tendency to press that way. Do you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's something we do similar. Amazing. You what?
I don't know what you said. I'm sitting here sewing. I can't sew and listen to you. I'll just say yep.
Ugh. So you ignored me, in other words.
I answered you, ignoring you.
Yeah, you
I
just
got an
lied,
answer.
probably.
Well, I just agreed. It's not necessarily a lie. Okay, I'm gonna put those two.
I don't even have to iron those because she's just going to do her thing and then I'll press it after. Yeah, so just be careful because that really messed with my mind when I got to those, and because I had matched those points, and when I get over here I was like, oh, I've got that wrong because there's no points to match over there. But nope, the way the pattern is, there isn't.
You pressed the seat open that I wouldn't have done.
Here we go.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
I did.
It's hard to back them up together when they're pressed open.
That's true. But it
So if my
reduces a
feet
bit
is
of bulk.
off,
So
if
so
it's
she's gonna
off,
blame me
it's
if
your
it's
fault.
if it doesn't line up. I get it.
It actually is perfect.
Of course it's perfect. There was never any doubt. I can't figure out what's going on with this iron. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Well, it's kind of like Wally.
Do we have any questions? Who said they have? I got my ugly fabric project done today. What's her ugly fabric project?
They
Sarah
bought
Lance.
ugly fabric a few weeks ago.
Oh,
And they had
cool.
to design something with it. And then they're going to post it on September the 1st.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's September the 1st. I gotta look it up. I got so much going on in this head of mine.
Oh, Nancy's back in Newfoundland.
Okay.
Nice.
Look how good my points made.
Okay, I'm gonna iron this puppy.
Look at that. Isn't that cute?
That is cute.
So you can get that done in an afternoon, Lynn.
So, chapter 8 or block 8 is called Fox and Geese.
That's one of my favorite blocks.
You like that?
I love flying geese.
Do you really?
I really do. Why would I lie? Why? Don't you like flying geese?
Yeah, I do.
I love them.
I do. I do. Okay, so we're going to work on that. So let's see what. So I've got some steps started because it just saves a little time. So the one thing we're going to do this time, because we're using 4 of each print to make, we're making 4 flying geese out of each of the 4 different prints. The technique in the book says, gives you the 4 at a time technique. So that's what we're going to start Deb with, is the 4 at a time. So you probably, oh, you don't have your other foot on. Oh,
I
aren't you
do.
good? No, I mean, I thought you probably had your. So for those of you who have never seen the 4 at a time technique, Deb, can you walk me through? Because
No.
I'm in the way. And
Well,
they can
I'm
see.
not sure what you're doing.
Oh, okay. So
You got 2 lines on it. I wouldn't have thought there was 2 lines.
yes, do you not do the 4 at a time?
Not that way.
So when you do 4 at a time, you have 1 big piece and you have 4 of your little pieces. And out of that, you're going to get 4 flying geese. And if you've never done this technique, as you get going, you're going to think, oh, this is never going to be 4 flying geese, but it is. So you put your first one
And you saw them both
in a
those
corner.
lines?
Yeah. You put your second one catty cornered across the corner. And I'm going to have to line these up better so that they're straight when they're laying down.
Oh, okay. I remember now.
Right?
Yeah.
So make sure that they're flush on your edges, and then you're going to sew down both lines. So we started with, you don't see my line here because I used that ruler. But if you don't have a special ruler, you draw a line from corner to corner on your squares, and then you do a 1/4 inch seam on each side of that line. So now you're going to sew all the way down one line and then all the way down the other. And just trust us, it's going to work, even though it looks weird. You might have to line those up better.
Okay.
Yeah, the first time I did this, I was like, how is this ever going to make 4 flying geese?
I should have pinned it.
She's
I'm warm.
driving like she's drunk over here.
Oh,
And she doesn't drink, so I'm not sure what we're going to blame it on.
it's the heat in here. You should have left that back door open.
I'm not sure that that helps because it's so muggy outside,
I
too.
know, right? You might have a little warmth in the middle there. I should have pinned that.
You weebled when you should have wobbled. Okay, so now we're going to just give that a quick press and going to cut it in half. And you're not going to trim anything to size at this point, even if it needs it. Even if you think it needs it, you're just going to cut from corner to corner. And you're going to have 2 pieces that look like this.
You gonna press it?
And then we're going to press these little mountains. And it looks very strange, doesn't it?
Looks like old lady boobs.
I'm impressed that you didn't say more than that because I thought you were going to say it looks like mine.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, right.
Yours aren't big enough to hang.
You want to bet? Sorry, guys, that might be too much information. Okay, so now we have these looking like this. Now you're going to take your last, so you have two of those. So I'm just going to show you on one, but you have two. So you're going to take your last square and you're going to put it in this corner like that. And then you're going to sew down both of those two lines. And you're going to do that on both of those squares.
That's so far from the way I would have done one of these.
There are tables online that you can look up that give you the measurements. So if your pattern doesn't tell you the cutting to make your flying geese like this, if you have one that's a pattern that's making a lot of the same flying geese, there are tables online you can look up that will tell you what measurements you need to start with that big initial square and your little squares to get the size flying geese that you need.
So you have a lot of square enough to do with this method?
If I remember right, there wasn't a lot on this one. But I'm going to check them. And we can't tell you the squaring up size because it's a copyrighted pattern, but I'm going to zip those in half. And then after, I'm going to measure these and see what they look like.
So Monique got
Actually,
started
these
here.
are really good.
Oh, thank you. I thought you were complimenting.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Monique that works here now, she uses a lot of Creative Grid rulers and Deb Tucker.
Okay.
So we're gonna put some.
So there's a lot of little dooflickies sticking out on this, and I'm going to trim those. Deb wouldn't, but I'm going to. So on each one of these sets of three, we're going to add a green one. And we're going to make sure when we pick them up that we add the green to the same end each time, because these are in the same order, right? So we're always going to add it down here at the bottom. Oh, she's busy making a half square triangle over there.
Well, I gotta change my foot otherwise.
Oh, right, okay. So we need 2 half square triangles for the corners in a larger size. So she's doing the 2 at a time. So she just did
Does it
that.
matter which end up at the?
Yes, I want it down on, I want it on that end, and it has to be on the same one each time, like on each of the 4. You want them in the same order.
Okay.
Now, if you're using out of your stash to
That
do
would be
this,
cute to be scrappy.
well, that's if you're using out of your stash, you may not want to do the 4 at a time, the 4 at a time method. You may want to use a different one for each one, right? Which you could. They wouldn't have to be the same at all.
I think it's good to be scrappy too.
I think it would too. So now I'm just going to cut this in half so that we have our final blocks for the outer corners.
These are pretty spot on. I'll have to say so myself.
So Deb's going to take the credit for that, even though it probably has something to do with the accurate measurements that were in the pattern. But we'll let her take it.
Accurate cutting that you did.
Well, my cutting isn't always accurate.
Okay, get them all on.
Okay. So now in the center there, you will notice we're going to do this in rows.
In the center, we have to have a half square triangle there.
We what?
We have to have this half square triangle right here.
Half square triangle. Oh, yeah. So these are the outer corners. So let's look at our block and lay it out here so that Deb can put this all together. So we're putting the darker color of our half square triangles facing out on all 4 corners. Where'd the other one go? Oh, it's in my hand. And then these 4, I should give those a quick press. Make sure that all your flying geese are, they're going to go. What's that doing there? That might be the one I was missing that I couldn't find earlier.
Yes.
There. So you make sure when you put these that the flying geese are flying, the points are all going like in a clockwise manner or whatever around. And then she's going to sew the so because these 2 rows have 4 things, You can't do this row as a row. You're gonna do your center pinwheel and then sew these two bigger pieces on each side. And then the top and bottom row you can do as rows. Give that a quick press.
This role reversal, because when we were in Dallas, I was doing all the ironing.
I know, right? So this is where a pinwheel center or anything that has a bunch of points coming together or a lot of bulk in seams. This is the pin that we talked about last week that I didn't have to show you. So it's the acorn pin. And see, it has a felt tip. That's very squished out on mine, but anyway.
Did you use it?
Because I do use it a fair amount. Not all the time, but I do. So the other thing that you could do with this is you could have the pen and you could just put water in it. And a lot of people now are using, so if you don't want to buy product that's going to increase the cost of your quilting.
Way to go upselling.
No.
Just open your tap and put water in it.
Well, that, or people are using a little dish of water with a very fine paintbrush and just painting. There's just the seam when they press their blocks, just the stitch seam.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And it lays it perfectly flat, they say. So like, if you don't want to buy product and you want to buy more fabric, that would save you some money. And you could have more fabric, right?
Nice recovery.
I know, right? I'm just trying to give people options. Give me a break. Oh, that's going to be cute. Very cute. Very cute. I can press this while you put this last row together. Oh, you probably don't want me to. You probably want to do your seams and then I'll, yeah, okay. So Deb often does not, oops, put that upside down. I think yeah, you did. You sewed something wrong because you've got those two coming together and going wrong. Oh, wait, is that the bottom? Can you use that on the bottom? Yes. So how have you got that one?
Phew!
There we go.
You just
Okay,
picked it
I
up
picked it.
wrong.
Oops, that's upside down. Yep, there we go. Okay. Phew. What were we saying? Something. Oh, Deb often doesn't press when she's constructing her blocks because she finds it much easier to nest her seams if you don't press them first. You can really feel where they sort of nudge right in together. Hold that up while you're doing it and just show them what you're doing.
I just like to feel them rock. Once they rock,
And
then
then
I
they'll
pinch it.
settle right into
Once
place.
I feel that rock, I pinch it tight and I don't let go of it.
So there's nothing wrong with pressing first, but it does make it a little harder to feel them nest together when they're right flat.
Ah, my French roll. Do you have a piece of tape scissors right there?
Of course not. I thought we left the pair over here. Oh, look, right here. Look, right here. Those doll scissors that don't cut anything. Oh, they cut thread.
The worst thing about my machine is I don't have an automatic threader. Do you use your automatic?
Never.
Really?
Because they frustrate me to no end. Yeah.
I love it.
Like even when I was sewing on my Juki all the time in my FAP, I never used my automatic thread.
Really?
No. So next week we're not doing these, but these are the next two blocks after we do the block of the month next time. This is a cute block. I like that. What they're calling that tulip. Isn't that cute? So that's one of the ones for next week. I like that. And then the other one for the week after, ooh, I'm not sure I like this one as much. This is called Crosses and Losses.
Let me see. Oh, that's not my fault. Oh, it's got a star. I like stars.
Yeah, it does have a star. It is kind of cute. It's different. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Have you?
Alright.
No. It almost looks like a spool block with a star. Anyway, those are the two that we're going to do, not next week, but the week after. So that's week 9 and 10. So then there's only 2 more blocks after those. And then we do our layout.
Ta-da!
There. So, that's,
They're going the right way.
they are. No, they're not. The geese are going right, but my triangles are wrong.
Oh, crap.
I knew we'd never make it through a week without And I wasn't coming over to point anything out because I got growled at when I did.
I'm
Oh.
sure Lynn noticed that. Or a few people probably noticed that.
You might have to get your little thingamabobber over
My
here.
ripper, I know it's way over there. It's probably just as long just to sit and do it. So we picked up the flying geese wrong, and we just thought we could just flip it to the bottom of it. That's where-
Right.
That's where we
Right.
went wrong.
Yeah.
So that even though flying geese fit on the bottom, triangles didn't.
Right.
So they don't need to see me fix this.
No, probably not. Okay, so that is the 2 blocks for this week.
Is there any questions? Lynn says she's going to take the empty bottles to the retreat. We're not going to see you before the retreat. The retreat isn't until. It looks like we have more room at the retreats. They found another place for us.
Did they?
Mhm.
Nice.
So it looks like the people on the waiting list have a really good chance of getting in.
Oh, good.
So we didn't want to leave anybody out.
That's-
We didn't have to.
Nice to hear.
I don't want to get people's hopes up, but that's what it's looking like.
That's great.
Yeah, it's going to be even better show and tell.
It will be. Wow. The show and tell is always so nice. I think that's one of my favorite things is like seeing, like even when you see quilts that you would never use that fabric yourself, like I like to see like what people
People do
like
with
and
it.
what they do with it and like how everybody has something totally different that they're drawn to, right?
It all looks good.
It does. It does.
So, I think that's, oh, Marilyn says she buys it by the gallon. That's the best way to do it, Marilyn. Like, that's the
It
most
saves.
cost
It
efficient.
is. It is.
Yeah.
That's press I have discovered. I can water that down 50-50 and I don't see much of a difference.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, like,
Well, she's really cutting the sales tonight.
more fabric you can buy. Just saying, more fabric you can buy.
Oh, Dawn said she had a date night with the Ripper too. So there you go, Dawn. I don't feel so bad.
Don't you just know some nights, don't you find that like the nights that you're in a hurry or the days that you're trying to finish something, that's when I always make mistakes because I'm in a hurry and I'm not paying attention and then it's like, oh, if I had just slowed down, I wouldn't have ended up having to rip that whole thing apart. It's on a roll. Almost done. So next week is block of the month. We will see you then. I haven't even looked ahead to see what that month, like what that block is for next week. Guess I best get that in and get that.
Yeah, it is. Everybody has it because we shipped it out early because of the potential strike.
Right, but I think that's the last one that they have. So
Right, then we have to
then
start
we got to
shipping
start
it soon.
shipping again.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! That looks better. Okay.
Okay, thanks everybody for joining us.
And
And
we'll see you next Monday night.
we will. We'll see you Monday afternoon, or sorry, Wednesday afternoon. We have a really good sale coming up Friday. We took a really nice line of fabric off the shelf because we didn't have much for Friday night sales. So we cleared off a whole line of fabric plus all that flannel.
Oh.
Yeah, the flannel's all cut up in meter cuts, and it's going down to $15 a meter.
Nice.
Not to 13, but to 15.
Very.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Have a good week.